Today, I want to assess. The next obvious thing would be to take down the Christmas lights. I don't have time to be sick.
What did that used to be?
It was a fern! They could have put it anywhere, but where they put it.
Professional.
A professional did that? You're looking at her. Sneak peek, you guys. Look, she painted pomegranate seeds.
You'll never be alone. Indigo sunset. It's the only way to go. I've been waiting for the fallout. In the middle of the night. In this dynamite castle.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to the vlog. I'm actually filming this the day before you're gonna see this vlog. I have been so sick. And I still am, and I just feel like we're not getting over it. And I was like, okay, I just need to start getting up and getting myself ready. Same thing I did when I just filmed this video. You guys saw it yesterday, decorating our bookshelves. I actually had a lot of fun doing it. So if I sound weird, that's why. I had so much fun doing it, like kind of a minimal and a maximal. So this side has like 4 to 5 things per shelf, and then this side has 9+ things per shelf. So definitely a lot more, but still styled. Has a little more breathing room, and I had a lot of fun doing it. We keep testing for you know what, and it's not it. It is something else. I talked to like a virtual doctor and stuff, and we got stronger medication. And she said, yeah, like both Romy and I talked to 2 separate doctors, and they're like, yeah, the flus are like really strong now, and nights are really bad. During the day, I feel better, but it's like nights are really bad, so I'm not sleeping well. Hi! Making me more tired during the day, so I'm not productive. And we really have been trying to rest, but I still have to work. Do you know what I mean? Like I still have things to do, and I'm a very productive person, and when I'm not productive, I feel discouraged. You know what I mean? So we rested for several days, and I just felt like I've got to get up and moving my body. Maybe that will help me, get ready, get better. So I did the bookshelves, and it took everything in me to just get ready to do that video. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like my energy is just shot. But I kept going, and I felt better, and moving my body felt really good, but I was really tired. I would have never been able to accomplish any type of like renovation thing. So starting this week, it's Monday, I'm like, okay, this is the week I'm going to get better. I'm just like willing it. This is the week I'm going to get better, and I'm going to like get up and take my shower and just like try everything that I can to just feel my best, but still taking it easy, because I know that that's really how I'm going to get better. So that's the update. That's where I've been, just trying to rest. And if you haven't seen this bookshelf decorating video, I will link it for you, because it's something that I really wanted to accomplish. I love the books at the top here. So good. That's why I knew that I was collecting a lot of books, but I knew I was going to need a lot to have the look I wanted, and I love them up there. And I actually used almost every book that I have, but I feel like there's some things on the more maximalist side that I can take out, that I can edit, because I actually like the minimal side a lot, but I think it's a little too minimal. I think there's a happy balance between the two that's really going to be like my vibe. So I want to do that, and then I'll have some books for other things too. Hello. Okay, you can sit here with us. Today I want to assess. We are back in Texas to continue renovations, yet I have not done a single renovation type thing. So I want to just walk around the property, outside, inside, at spaces that I've already done, that I've been working on, obviously, like the living room, the kitchen, the dining room, the entryway, the guest bath, and go through each space and make a master list. I feel like early in the renovation process of this house, I would get really overwhelmed with all the many things that needed to be done, that I had to start breaking it down by space and writing down, okay, this just in this one room, these are all the things that need to get done. now I can tackle just this one room and then start checking things off. And I was feeling a lot more productive. I was feeling like I was really making headway and accomplishing a lot. So that's kind of what I want to do now, starting fresh with the new year. Even though this is now February, this is actually the first time that we're like refreshed and back to the cottage to tackle this project as a whole. So I feel like that's going to really put me in the right direction. And then I can start to do little things here and there while I'm still getting better so that I can still feel like I'm accomplishing something. Like, I don't have time to be sick. I'm like, I don't have time for this. I have things that I want to accomplish. I have things that I want to do. Like, body, you need to like get with it. Get with my brain. Like, this is not happening. You want to do some planning with mama? She's been loving us being sick because all we do is sit on the couch. And tomorrow is Valentine's Day. Romeo surprised me with flowers. I started crying. I just wasn't feeling well. And I was like, oh my God, that's so sweet. Look how pretty. I love them, babe. Who got those? You did. He knows that I love the one, like these are lilies, right? Yeah. The ones that open, that bloom. I love them in flowers because I like them to bloom. So some of them are, but some of them are still buds. Like this one's just opening. There's one here and here that's still closed. That was so sweet, so sweet to me. Someone pulled up and he was like running out there and I was like, stranger danger. I was like, what are you doing? Why are you running to this person? It was just a guy in a truck. This is gonna be extensive, but I feel overwhelmed now with all the things I know that need to happen and not knowing where to start. Like there's too many. It's like I'm failing to start because there's too much. So if I get it all out on paper, it's going to be an overwhelming list, but at least I can see something and start somewhere and start in one room. So come help me and tell me anything that you see that's like if I miss anything. Okay, welcome to our front yard. We're going to start with the very front things. So the gate and the pillars, all of this is done, but the landscaping isn't. So we did the walkway, obviously. We did all this walkway, but we covered it because we were worried about the sand being washed out because we didn't have the extra dirt on the side. So my dad goes, go ahead and cover it. If we get any rain, it's gonna help pack it down, but it's not gonna wash out the sand. So it's been covered for a month. And we need to finish this edge. You see how I just have the plastic like covered? We put a higher kind of border and we need to finish out this and then figure out a material to level out going up to it. I'm thinking maybe pebbles or something to kind of like put here so that it creates a level kind of, you don't hit your foot when you try and get up onto this platform. It needs to be even. Number one, more sand because we need to fill some gaps in here. I used all that we had and ordered dirt. Also asked Dad how much. He'll come and do the math on how much he thinks we need and we'll get a truckload of it. Okay, so this gate is temporary. My dad built this out of scrap material for us just so we had something. And then we actually cut off the bottom of it because when we did the pathway, it raised up the ground so much. So I needed to design a gate. My dad's been asking me, he's gonna design it. I think I wanted like a combo of iron and wood. I want it pretty, but my dad welds. He does iron work and I do more woodwork. So I'm thinking we could together do like a joint DIY, make a really pretty gate. The next obvious thing would be to take down the Christmas lights. Maybe we could do that tomorrow. It wouldn't take us long, just pull them down and unwrap.
Are you gonna leave the hooks up there?
Yeah, I was thinking, leave the hooks and just,
yeah.
Right? So I started using the rest of the pavers that we had. And I started kind of designing what I wanted the beds to look like, the flower beds. I went a little far out right here because I wanted to include the tree since it was so close to this front of this part of the house. But I feel like I went a little too far. I think I want to kind of cut it back and then have the tree be its own and have both trees have pavers around it and like nice mulch or something. Also, if you notice, we have no skirting material on the front of the house. And that's because we were still so much in progress in like plumbing and the gas lines and stuff. We were still having people kind of crawl underneath. And then when it came down to it, I just didn't know what material was best. So I reached out to the company that actually did our foundation leveling on the pier and beam part of the house. and they do skirting. So I'm gonna get a quote. Seeing how much it would cost someone else to do it and then maybe researching the product on my own might give me a better sense on whether it's something that I should tackle. If you look up there, once we take down the Christmas lights, that grill that is to the attic, I want to paint that black, and that was part of the original exterior design. I also wanted to do something along the shingles to give it a little bit of a different look, and I had never done that yet. So that's something that I really want to tackle as we complete the exterior of the house. I'm thinking black. I think that would look really, really nice. Or something that matches our decking. Oh, one more thing. I need to do some flashing work above that window. When we finish out the pathway, we need to do the steps up. When I talked to my dad about it, he was like, you should just do it out of pavers and make them really pretty, but maybe make them different so that you can actually, a big thing with like using pavers is you want to make sure that you can clearly see that there's a step. When you can't clearly see that there's a step, like in our new house in California, there's a brick step because we have brick floors going up from the living room to the dining area and the kitchen. It's one step. You can't see it. I've tripped on it. We've gotten good though, haven't you? Have you tripped on it anymore?
Not yet.
Yeah. I did it a bunch when we weren't living there and I was just touring. I felt pretty bad one time too. And my mom fell into the wall. So it doesn't have any visual differentiation. So we want to make sure that whatever we do here has a little bit of difference so you can really tell that there's steps. Obviously you'll be stepping up on a porch, so it should be okay. So in terms of the patio is in various forms of being completed, but it was kind of like we were running into winter and we had a lot colder weather, so we weren't able to paint. It's gonna be warming up now, so I think we'll be able to do it. We need to paint the columns, the ceiling in here, and also do all of the railings. We're gonna have pretty railings that come all here. I already have the material too, we've had it for months. All here, and then back that way, and it's really gonna look like the original porch. That was our plan, is to rebuild the porch original to what the house had, but with better materials that are gonna last a lot longer. So we did the composite decking, so it's not wood. It's gonna be so much better. She's just watching us. She's so cute. Last on the list, which will probably be the first thing that we do, is cleaning it up. We lost a lot of we lost the ferns. Like the fern, look at this. This is sad. What is this?
What did that used to be?
It was a fern! The freeze.
Yeah.
No, everything died. Look at that. But that's bad. But look, the roses, I mean, they're coming back. Like, these were all yellow before. And
Those are all yellow?
Yeah, but she's coming back. So the roses are stealthy. So all of this is going to be all landscaping here, which is going to be really nice. I just kind of like look at all this junk.
That was like the wind.
It was the wind. It was bad.
Was
like
the
wind and the winter, like it's bad. We just need to go through and clean it up. Like we need to take this stuff back and get rid of it. And then we might as well come this way.
The porch looks good over there though.
Yeah, the patio back
Yeah.
here looks great. I organized it in Vlogmas. This side of the house, we have not painted. It's still the old color.
Is it really?
And the reason we didn't is because at the time we were painting the house, they were working on the rock. And so we couldn't, there was so much material and like scaffolding and stuff, and we didn't want to paint it and then get messed up and do it later. And then after that project, I was on to something else. So this has to be sprayed white dove. We need to paint it. And then I kind of want the landscaping to continue this way, you know, come this way, so it's really pretty, but I do not want to block this. A lot of the landscaping renders that I had some of the landscaping designers work on blocked walk. I'm like, we paid too much money for this pretty part to block it at all, so I want something low. But I obviously want to block the air conditioner and all of this. We need to paint all of that too.
What? That silver part?
Yeah. Then we need to clean this up, obviously. But the porch, actually, I need to buy
A box for the Christmas tree?
Yeah, so I don't know who can get their Christmas tree back in the same box. It came in 2 boxes. They sell Christmas tree bags, and I want to order a Christmas tree bag. Oh, when we take down the Christmas, we need to pack the Christmas away in the back. But yeah, doesn't it look good? Oh, we gotta get rid of this. This was all the cedar that I pulled out of the house. But
yeah.
I had all my wood nice. I had a place for my ladders. The ladder got over there, but a place for my ladders. All of this wood is nice and organized. Now this is actually all wood that's going into the house. This is all crown molding, baseboards, and casings for around the windows and doors. So as we continue working through the house, we're gonna be pulling. But I organized all the tools, everything. And we have such great security here that no one's gonna come back here, so it's really good. And all my tools here, all good. When we get to the primary bathroom, This is our tub. I only did one project here once I had rearranged out here, and it's such a better flow. I was able to find everything. That was a major problem with all my tools being everywhere, and it had no organization. So this is gonna be like where I do all of our cabinet doors, cabinet inserts, like the drawer inserts, and I build them all. This porch will be the very last thing that we work on. We need to do a ceiling back here, and originally we were gonna also do some kind of flooring. That composite flooring was my original plan to put back here. It's expensive. Since this back here is concrete, I'm thinking about just doing like a painted concrete design or something more budget friendly, but looks really nice. I haven't gotten there yet. I think that the patio will be the very last thing that we do in the house because it's where I work and it's like my workshop. So I'm gonna need it, you know, until we're completely done with the house. This will be the last thing. We painted the underside of the house, and we need to come back with trim like that so that all these corners are sealed. Okay, so welcome inside now. We'll do the inside. Hi, kids! Now we're gonna go through the rooms that I've actually done makeovers on, because the other rooms, obviously, everything needs to be done. There's no reason to make a list, but the rooms that just have a few things that still need to be accomplished, to be completed, I wanna make sure that we do. This is all done. We need to do trim work in here for sure. I want trim to go up this way and encase this opening so that it looks just like this. Here, we need a lot of trim work. This is already done, but I need to restore the trim around the door because I sanded some of it. I didn't finish some of it. We need trim around all the windows. Every window gets the trim, the 5-inch trim, which is gonna be really pretty in here. And then baseboards here. Then we have these little trim pieces that go here in between the casings. This is beautiful and done. All of these are done.
You paint inside the mantle, right?
The mantle needs to be finished out. So I started antiquing it and I really liked it, but I kind of ran out of time. See how it's darker here and then it has no kind of definition here? It was just time consuming. I need to go in with that kind of like stain pen and then wipe and just make it aged. I need to finish all of that. You guys had some good ideas for inside the mantle, like putting tile and things. I really just don't want to introduce another material. We've already got so much happening. We've got brick and plaster and all this detail that I feel like I'd go with a black tile anyways. Plan is to just put some fire resistant drywall, float it like sheetrock or do it like the plaster so it all matches, and paint it black. All the inside is just gonna be painted black. And it's just gonna be like super, super clean. On the bookshelves, there is one thing that actually needs to be done. We need hardware. These are gonna be all cabinets that open. I also need to fix this whole plug situation. This is so obnoxious. When I specified on the plans that I wanted plugs on this wall, I didn't specify where. I mean, it's only 18 inches. They could have put it anywhere but where they put it. So I need to relocate the box. I'm thinking inside the cabinet instead of here, and then having like a little pretty little hole that cords can go down in. Okay, moving to this door. This door needs to be finished. I mean, it's sealed, it's closed. We restored, these are 2 doors that were actually in the house originally that were stained or painted or both. This one actually didn't even have glass, it was a panel. We popped the glass out and did a lot of work to get them to this stage. Now it's ready to be stained and the hardware to be put on and the trim, obviously. So we need to finish out patio door. Okay, welcome to our kitchen.
The kitchen's so nice, huh?
The kitchen's so nice, but it's gonna be so much nicer when we actually finish these cabinet doors. From making the cabinet from scratch, right? The boxes themselves, to then deciding to do my own cabinet doors myself and having to measure and cut all of those and put all of them together with a limited amount of clamps. And then having to build all the inserts on top of work and having to do like videos so that like hopefully you guys love to watch. It was like too big of a project. It's like I work on it little by little. First thing on the list, let's make the obvious one, shall we? Our oven needs to be installed. She needs to be in. So, number 1, split the gas line and install this oven. I'm gonna text our plumber to see if he's off another job and stuff. And second thing in the kitchen is finish the cabinet boxes. So there's a set over here that I still need to build. I want upper cabinets to be all here. So I want them to go all the way up. I want them to go all the way up to the ceiling. I want this to be more like a antique piece of cabinetry. And I'm actually thinking I want all of it stained on the inside. The other obvious is finish the cabinet doors and crown molding. Crown molding is something I actually learned how to do in this space. I finally wrapped my head around it. I finally understood how to put it together. And I applied that same kind of logic when we did it in the living room, and I did it well. So I'm like, okay, I'm ready to like continue to do the crown molding. So once we do the upper cabinets and things, I can finally go around. You can see up there that all of that needs crown molding, and all in the dining room, all around, we need to finish it. So it looks just like that side over there where we have the crown molding already finished.
The door for the fridge?
That's cabinetry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've actually already finished those. Here.
Oh, you made those?
I made them already.
Oh.
See, this will go like here. So the refrigerator will look like cabinetry. You know why I was waiting is I was trying to, well, one, it was winter and we couldn't paint. That was a problem because I need to set up a paint station outside and just go through and paint them all. We have a couple of warm days in the next couple of weeks that if I can get all of the cabinet fronts and drawer fronts finished, I can paint them all at once. And that was always my goal. So that's why I kept putting off, you know, installing the ones I already had, because I'm like, I just would rather do it all at once. I'm just gonna, you know, wait. And then now it's been like, what, 3 months or so? Oh, we did replace the sink over the holiday. Iffy about the color of the sink being white versus the mistake on the oven being this like more antique white. So we replaced the sink with a biscuit color, and I really love it, and it looks really, really good. So we actually already installed that. I just need to silicone it, and then the tile is done. There's just one little detail. You know, I'm like a freak about details. You see this, right? Like, this is where the tile stopped, and it would have been really hard for me to do all of this. I want to get a paint color that matches this tile and paint this.
Professional did this.
A professional did that? You're looking at her. Oh, the only other thing that I need to do now that this is super dry is add the sealer on top of it. Once I add the sealer, it'll seal the grout, and then you can clean it really well. So I need to write that down.
Hi.
Square. Sit. High five. High five. Good girl. Another detail that I really want to add is I want to make the cabinetry underneath, like the toe kit, actually look like furniture. So I want to cut I'll put in like a little inspiration picture. I want to cut and make my own little feet basically, and I'll install them on the bottom, and it'll make each cabinet kind of look like a piece of furniture. I felt like that was like a sweet detail that would really elevate the cabinetry. It just wouldn't look floating. I finished out this little guy. I really like him, but I need to finish this out. Something that you guys saw me do is that I found these stools on Wayfair, and they were natural in color. And I was like, this may be a perfect opportunity. I didn't find any I liked, so it was a perfect opportunity to get something that was more natural, stain it whatever color I wanted. So I stained it the same color as all the trim. I did that to one of them. I have to do it 3 more times. Then we go into the dining room. So the dining room is actually one, or if not the very first room we completed. Paint second coat of trim and do crown molding. There's no crown. I hadn't figured out the crown molding yet. I don't even think we had the crown molding existing yet. We hadn't even picked it yet when we finished this. And obviously pick up the Christmas. Look at this. One thing that we are going to do in this whole side of the house, so dining room, kitchen, pantry, back door area, everything, we have restored the floors. Like, we have sanded them, gotten them down, gotten all the junk off. Everything is good. We have not sealed this side because we sealed the living room and bought more sealer. And so when that all came in, we were already living here and we needed to find the right time to seal it. We're gonna do first thing in the morning is actually move this table out into the entryway, roll up the rug, and get it prepped to seal. Go ahead and seal this off while I'm working on the cabinets, and then it'll be completed. Like, those things, those types of things, we just need to be done. Then we get to the back door area. This isn't an area that we've actually done yet, but what we have done is painted it. We went ahead and primed and painted this whole area, and we've done some work in the coffee pantry, but when they installed our granite, the soapstone back here, they messed up the wall quite a bit. So there's a lot of things that I need to do in the pantry, in the coffee pantry area. And then the pantry itself is just painted as well. Welcome to the entryway. This is another pretty space that we've pretty much tackled all the pieces. We need to redecorate it. My mom. Look at what she painted me. Sneak peek, you guys. Look, she painted pomegranate seeds and olive branches and olives in the olive branches and an apple she worked on for weeks, she said. I love this. This is gonna be really pretty in the coffee bar or somewhere in the kitchen. Obviously, you can see there's still Christmas decorations that we need to take out. I'll move those already. Two things I need to do in here. First thing, crown molding. There's nothing in here. Again, it was a space that we hadn't tackled yet. I hadn't figured it out yet. And then I need to stain this. I put the glass in and did a lot of work on it. We actually did this space before I figured out the stain combination to match the old stain, this old kind of like wood look. So now that I know how, I can come back in here and stain that. So that's two things, along with redecorating. That's two things.
What did this used to be? I already forgot.
What did this used to be?
Yeah.
So this door wasn't here. It was actually just right on the other side of where you're standing. So it was in the this door was in the entryway. It was an entryway closet. So I still wanted an entryway closet for like our coats and stuff. So I just moved it.
The AC unit was right here.
Back there, yeah. So this was part of that original falling down patio. The sleeping porch.
Yeah.
So we demoed this. This is all new floor, like a foundation floor. But I still wanted a closet. So we took a little bit of the space in the closet for the guest bedroom and made it into a hallway closet. So the only other space that we've tackled as you go further back into the house is the guest bathroom, because that's actually the bathroom we've been using. The other rooms we haven't touched yet. I mean, it's literally just like the guest bedroom is like my office and boutique where I'm pulling from. It's very like, it's functioning really well for me for now, but it's just a mess. The primary bedroom is just where we sleep. We're not even using the bathroom back there. So we're gonna be tackling that soon. But the guest bath is something that we've done. A few things in here that weren't completed because it was like question marks for me. This room was cool, but really hard when it came to crown molding because the roof is actually sloped. This was an old porch or an old add-on. It was actually the old kitchen. So we turned the kitchen, used the holes in the floor from the plumbing and stuff, turned it into a bathroom. And it made this like quirky little room, but it got really hard when it came to crown molding because not only did you need to pay attention to regular crown molding angles, now you had this whole other angle of a sloped roof. So it's super hard. So now that I've mastered regular crown molding, I think now I can come back in here and tackle this. So crown molding is gonna cover that top jagged edge of the penny tile. Up here is an old chimney spout. It was where the pipe came down and they had probably a stove or something here. I loved that it was still here. It was weird. When it came time to figure out how the penny tile worked around it, how to make a clean edge, I couldn't figure it out. So now I've come up with an idea of doing one of those medallions that you can put on the ceiling for a chandelier, just with a proper opening, like a 6-inch opening, and doing one of those around it and painting it the same color as the wall. I think it's gonna work really well. So I'm gonna get one of those, test it out. And then this side is fine. This is all done. This cabinet I actually built from scratch. I found the legs at a flea market and built the uppers. I wanna do 3 things to it. I wanna add doors because I think it's gonna make it look more like a piece of antique cabinetry. So I want to add doors. I already have the glass for it actually. I want to add a topper. If you look up at the top, I want to find a topper for the top to go up there, make it further look like a piece of cabinetry. And I want to seal the wood. So as you continue back here, obviously we have the laundry room, we have the primary suite, which we're going to tackle like all in here. None of this space we have even touched yet. And, that's a whole project in and of itself. This isn't quite as long of a list as I thought it was going to be, actually. I feel like if I take it room by room, really just focus, spend a couple of days outside, and like just tackling those things. Like go ahead and design my gate and go through and like look at landscaping and look at ideas for plants and write a list of all of the materials that we're going to need, order the dirt. I'm thinking this is definitely the year that we finish the cottage in some way, and then we just have fun decorating things to do. I'm gonna regroup and see where I would want to start. Oh, okay, it's much later now. I started to feel a little better in the afternoon, and then as it gets closer to the night, not very good, you know what I mean? But hopefully I'm starting to come out of this whole thing now. But I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. We have a lot to do. I have a lot to do. It's just little things in each room, but I got this. You know what I mean? I know what needs to be done. I got this. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. We are officially back to renovations at the cottage. I will be here for at least a month, if not a little more, hanging out with mom, you know, going to estate sales, doing fun things once I'm over this annoying little sickness. I'll see you guys in a few days for another vlog. Bye guys.